Well, with me is Guney Yildiz from the BBC's World Service, who's a specialist on the region. And Guney, we heard the Pentagon there just referring to Kobane. What's your understanding about whether IS has taken it or whether the fight continues?
I've been speaking to Kurdish officials inside and outside the city recently, today, and they've been telling me that the Kurdish forces who have been defending strategic hills around the city have been pulled back to the city, and they've been making preparations for a street fight against ISIS fighters. Kurdish commanders believe that once the battle is turned into a street fight inside Kobane, that it will neutralize most of the heavy weaponry ISIS has, because Kurdish fighters only have light weapons, and ISIS have been shelling Kobane, and they have tanks which are on the edge of the city, as far as I'm told.
This is a theme of this whole conflict, isn't it? That Islamic State does have sophisticated weaponry. So Kurdish fighters, if they're going back into the city to face them, that's a very risky tactic.
It is a very risky tactic, but they are more experienced in that type of guerrilla fighting, and they're heavy. Even tanks are more vulnerable inside the inner city environment than outside city in open fields. And they've been telling me that they've taken down 3 tanks in and around the city today.
Explain why Kobane is so important and symbolically important.
It is. Kobane was the first city back in 2012 where Kurds expelled Syrian regime forces to establish their own self-rule. It's one of the cities that the Kurdish cause is strongest, the loyalty to Kurdish cause is strongest, and it lies in between 2 strongholds of ISIS strongholds to the west and east, 2 border gates there. And if ISIS take down this town, there will be a huge symbolic importance of it. ISIS has been naming this town, which is called Kobane in Kurdish and Ain al-Arab, Spring of Arabs in Arabic, as Ain al-Islam, which means Spring of Islam. That's the importance ISIS is attaching to this city.
Now, we know there's this, of course, historic tension between Kurdish fighters and Turkey, but are the Kurds looking to Turkey to help? Now there's been that vote in the Turkish parliament to get more involved.
Yes, Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoğlu has been saying that Turkey do not want to see Kobane to fall into ISIS hands as well, and they're going to do anything they can to prevent it happening. But he chose his words carefully to mean that if Turkish army enters Kobane, then our Turkmen brothers who are ethnically Turkish and Arab citizens would ask us, why didn't you save us, and you're saving Kurds there. But ISIS have found an unusually tough opponent with the Syrian Kurds there. The mere sight of ISIS fighters have caused numerically and better equipped Iraqi army to flee, but that didn't happen in Syrian Kurdish towns.
Well, thank you for watching this for us and for bringing us up to date, Guney.